What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video is entitled So Having a Father Now is Toxic. So now having a father is toxic. Going a little back to the Terry Crews comments about, children needing fathers. And it spilled into when former President Obama was talking to young black boys, and he was basically talking down to young black boys, but he talks down to black people. He's been doing that for over a decade now, at least a decade. And I'm going to get into all of that together because Terry Crews was saying some of these things in response because, the president was talking about, the former president was talking about, you don't need to wear an 8-pound chain to say how much money you got. While he was sitting there with Steph Curry, if I'm not mistaken. But here's the issue. For some black people who had an issue with Bill Cosby and the pound cake speech, how many pound cake speeches has former President Obama given us? Seriously. Seriously. And they've been particularly to black men. He has put black women on blast too, but particularly to black men. But this is the problem. He did it to kids. Now, he's saying, you don't need to run around here with these negative stereotypes and negative and crazy names. That's their parents. Buying them Air Jordans, that's their parents. But he's talking to the kids about this. Here's the problem. Being black is negative. Being raised by black parents is negative. Though technically his wife is black and he's technically black in America. But he was raised by racist parents. He don't see nothing wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that part though. Which his being raised by racist parents caused him to have this complex in his 50s where he's low-key taking shots at black people every time he's around them. So, when Terry Crews talks about the fatherhood part, people get all upset because they don't want to admit that fatherhood is toxic to some people now. There are certain things a father can give that a mother can't. And then people are like, that's not true. That's not true because I'm a single mother. Okay. So here's the trope of I'm the mother and the father. I can give my child everything that their father could give them. No, you can't. See, you can't take on both roles. You're not a man. You weren't socialized to be a man. You don't have the responsibilities of men. You don't know how men think. You don't know how men operate. We are two different genders. So to think that you could just in your mind say, you know what, I'm a father because I'm a mother. You don't even see the ridiculousness in that? No, you don't. So, but it's toxic because you're starting to see, and the crazy part about it was there's a clip of him being on The View with Sherry Shepherd, I forget the white lady, and Whoopi Goldberg. And Whoopi Goldberg's like shaking her head, no, that's not true. But meanwhile, Whoopi Goldberg dressed like a dude. She's a woman still thinking she's a dude. Trying to say, that mindset basically is just like being a father. No, it's not. And then it spilled over into this conversation of kids being malnourished because being malnourished because they have same-sex parents. I don't understand the problem. Two men can't create a child. Two women can't create a child. So the kid's going to be missing something at the minimum. At the minimum, what they're going to be missing is the other half of their family. Family history. At a minimum. But people want to act like, everything is interchangeable. It's funny how mothers are irreplaceable and fathers are interchangeable. But if that's the case, how come so many of you people who think fathers are interchangeable, how come y'all failing at being fathers? And then you turn right around and say something like, well, all these fathers, where do they go? If they were in these children's lives. So you mean to tell me you got a group of mothers who are women, who are heterosexual women, who want to be the mother and the father, who think they can replace the father, and then when it doesn't work out, they're going to say, well, how come the father wasn't in the child's life? You're not even gonna address that. You got two people of the same sex saying, a father's interchangeable. And here's the weird part about it. Two women will say it, but normally when two women come together with a child, normally one of them women got pregnant by a guy. Normally. So this was a setup to begin with. Two men, normally adoption. But I've seen where gay men get a woman pregnant, whether gay or straight, and then they give the kid to the gay man so they can have a gay couple. But this is the thing. This is why I mean fathers are interchangeable, because it's really heterosexual men that are fathers who are interchangeable, right? But then when these kids wind up missing something because you're trying to prove a point, some political point or some silly life point that, I can do this all by myself, but when it don't work out, it's a guy's fault. I could do this all by myself. We can do this together as two men, and it don't work out. It's somehow straight men's fault. It's not even, and that's the irony. And if it's two women and it doesn't work out, it's somehow men's fault. But here's the issue. Notice the middle when I said, even when it's two guys, it could be men's fault because it's heterosexual men, but it won't be the mother's fault. That's the problem. See, since mothers could do no wrong, being a father is what's toxic. Even though society keeps proving this over and over again with adults who go on these tirades about how bad their father was, and then when you really start peeling the layers back, it was their mother that gave them all these bad habits. It was their mother that gave them the vast majority of all these bad traits. It was their mother that taught them how to lie. It was their mother that taught them how to cheat. It was their mother that taught them how to manipulate. It was their mother that taught them how to use people. It was their mother that taught them opportunism was a good thing, no matter who you hurt. Right? It was their mother who covered up dysfunctional behavior and let them stew in it and didn't protect them from that. It was their mother. But just the idea of having a shadow of a man's involvement in a child's life is toxic. Irony. And to a degree, you start to see women like some women like, wait, fathers are important. Like, and here's the issue. When people are saying fathers are important, you see, no, I can do it. That's how far gone y'all have gotten. That y'all can get on national television and be upset by people agreeing that fathers are important when that's the natural order. That's the natural order. Man and woman come together, make a child. So, man and woman come together to make it. Man and woman should come together to raise it. That's the natural order. They just have two different roles. But the man's role, ironically, is negative to you because you want to compete with that role. See, men ain't trying to compete with mothers. Fathers aren't trying to compete with mothers. They're not. I said this a long time ago. You don't see a father snatching a baby from a mother. I could breastfeed myself because I'm a father and a mother. Because it sounds stupid. But turn it around. Now, since fatherhood is so toxic, the numbers don't say single motherhood is good. They actually say single fatherhood is better than single motherhood. Smaller sample size, but statistically it works out better. And this is the issue that being a father is toxic, but being a mother isn't toxic, even though we have a laundry list of dysfunctional behaviors that single mothers pass down to their children. None of those are toxic though. Okay. This is what y'all feel. Whatever. Like, share, subscribe. We out. Catch you on the next one. Peace.